Hi there, this is Sandra from the Schwoven's Nest. Today I am participating in a challenge with my good friend Sonja at Domestic Diva. If you haven't seen Sonja's channel yet, you need to go over there and take a look. She does cooking and baking and cleaning, DIYs, all sorts of great things. So go check her out and get some inspiration. Sonja and I challenged our viewers to do a Christmas dupe look for less challenge. What that means is you go to the store or you see something online that you'd really love to have as Christmas decor in your home, but it's far too expensive to purchase. So what we want you to do is create that look for less money. I found this sweet little post lantern that is resin, it's plastic, and it's a solar lantern. Check out that price for $190. And in Canada, that would be probably almost $240 because of the exchange rate. Keep watching to see how I recreate this item for way less. These are the items that I'm going to use to create this lantern. The little white box with the handle at the back and the candlestick were thrifted items. And then I scrounged around the house to see what other items I could find. And I'm using this fence post cap. And this lantern is from IKEA, which I have had probably for at least 3 years now. I'm going to start by giving the candlestick one coat of linen white chalk paint. If you take a look at the candlestick, some of the texture on it is really neat and I want it to be able to distress it later. So I'm only going to give it one coat because I want to have some of this texture and color shining through. The fence post cap is going to be used underneath the lantern as a base, but it's really rough, so I'm going to take some 80 grit sandpaper and smooth down some of the rough edges, and then I'll give it a coat of paint as well. Prepping wood surfaces is really important, and after I'm done sanding, I always take a rag and wipe down all the edges that I've sanded, and also including my workspace just to get rid of any dust so it doesn't interfere with the paint process. The cap is going to get one good coat of chalk paint, and I'm going to make sure I get in all of the little cracks and crevices. This little box is a candle holder and it's got sort of a lantern look to it, but I'm not going to need the handle, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. And I'm also then going to prep this for painting. It's kind of dirty. I haven't cleaned it yet, so I'm just taking a Lysol wipe and just going around and getting as much dirt and grime off of it as I can. It has this black candle holder that has a little spike in it to actually fix your candle in, but I don't need it, so I just gave it a good tug and it popped out. I just let it dry to make sure there wasn't any moisture on it, and then I'm painting it with one coat of the chalk paint. It's already white, so I just really want to freshen it up. As I was painting this, I realized that I still had the price tag on the bottom of this box. This one was $2.99 at a thrift store. The candlestick was actually a reduced price sale at Pier 1, so that was $10. And the lantern from IKEA is $7.99. The fence post cap was left over from when we built the fence. The item that I showed you at the beginning that I found online wasn't distressed at all because it was made of resin, which is a type of plastic. But I love distressed things, farmhouse style. So of course I'm going to go ahead and grab some 80 grit sandpaper and sand the box so some of the wood shows through. And I'm also going to sand some of the candlestick because I want some of that shine and texture to show through. The only prep that the lantern needs is a good wipe down, and I'm going to remove the little handle at the top. With the lantern, I want to give it a little bit of an enamel look, and I know that was also not part of the original item, but I want to just make this my own, and that's exactly what this challenge is all about. It's a look for less, but you also want it to fit into your home decor. I'm using black acrylic paint and a foam brush to just draw some lines around the edges of the lantern and make it look like it has an enamel look to it. I'm also going to kind of blob a couple of spots so it looks like it's been a little bit chipped, which will give it more of a distressed and old vibe. On one of the top edges, you'll be able to see that I did make a little bit of an oops with the paintbrush, so that actually just gives it more of a chipped and authentic look. This tiny little candlestick I painted white, I'm going to use that as a little accessory on top of the lantern. Once I started assembling the lantern, I realized that I needed some more weight down at the bottom. So I'm just going to cut some pieces of foam core board, pop them inside the box, and then fill the box with something that will weight it down. The fun thing about doing DIYs like this is you can get pretty creative. So I needed something to weigh down this box, and I didn't have enough of the rocks. So I decided to grab this bag of yellow split peas that I haven't used, and it's been sitting there waiting to be soup, but it's going to turn into a weight for this lantern instead. Now it's time to assemble the lantern, and you might have been wondering why I'm using this fence post cap, but I didn't want the lantern bottom to be completely straight across. I wanted to have a little bit of an angle, so I'm just going to hot glue the fence post cap to the bottom of the lantern. You might be wondering why I'm not using anything more permanent than hot glue, but I tend to take my projects apart. So with hot glue, I'll have the ability to just pop these pieces apart if I want to. Now comes the fun part, making this lantern have some light and giving it some Christmas decor. So what I'm doing with these bulbs, I picked these up at Dollarama, and they were $3 for a pack of 10, and they look like literally like light bulbs, and I also thought they kind of look a little bit like Christmas ornaments. So I've taken a white cable tie and made a loop to hold the light bulbs, and then I'm going to use another cable tie and feed it through the back part of the lantern, the open grooves up at the very top, and then tighten it snugly. The lights have a battery pack, and what I'm going to do with it is use these sticky foam blocks to stick it down to the bottom of the lantern so it doesn't wiggle around. I need to be able to just open the lantern door very gently and put the switch on when I want the light to shine. I'm just going to use some greenery and some other Christmas items to camouflage the battery pack at the bottom, and then add a little bit of Christmas decor to the top of the lantern too. If you participated in this challenge and you had fun, I'd like to share some exciting news. Starting in 2020, I will be hosting a DIY home decor look for less challenge every second month. Stay tuned to my channel in the new year when I'll be sharing all of the details. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, comment, and share my video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I really would appreciate your support. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.